Okay, the second method for graphing linear equations of two variables is called the intercept method. The intercept method again is done by filling out a table. But notice in this table there's only two entries. And I underlined the zero. This is the way the method works. You, you plug in 0 for x, solve for y, then you turn around and plug in 0 for y, and you solve for x. By putting 0 in for x makes the equation very easy to solve. Then when you turn around and put 0 for y, it also makes the equation very easy to solve for x. Okay, where this point that has an x coordinate of 0, this is what we call the y-intercept. That's where the graph is going to cross the y-axis. When y is 0, this point B is where the line crosses the x-axis, and it is called the x-intercept. So when do you want to use the intercept method? Like it says here, use the intercept method when the equation to be graphed has both variables on the same side of the equation. Look at the example how the x and the y are over here on the left-hand side. It's a very fast method to use. Look at our table of values. Like we said, we start off by choosing 0 for x. So when I put 0 in for x here, notice that it cancels out this first term, and I get negative 5y equals 10. Divide both sides by negative 5, and I get that y equals negative 2. So notice where I placed that answer right next to the 0 in the table. So the y-intercept ends up being the point 0 comma negative 2, which I labeled A. Then I turn around, and like in the table says, I put 0 in for the y. It's in the y column. So I put a 0 here. That gets rid of this term, and I'm left with a simple equation, 2x equals 10. Divide both sides by 2, and you see that x has to equal 5. So I put the 5 in the x column right next to the 2, and then I form this ordered pair, 5 comma 0, which I label B. Now I'll simply plot these 2 points. First point, the y-intercept is 0 comma negative 2. So x is going to be 0 and y is going to be negative 2. So I start at the origin and I come down 2 units, and there's point A. To plot point B, I go 5 units on the x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And y turns out to be 0. Notice that point A is on the y-axis. That's why it's called the y-intercept. That's where this line is going to cross the y-axis. Point B is on the x-axis, and that's the x-intercept. That's where the line is going to cross the x-axis. Now I simply take my ruler, and I line up my ruler with these 2 points, and then I draw this line that goes right through those 2 points. And there's the graph of my line. A nice, simple method. And you want to employ this method when both variables are on the same side of the equation. Okay, be sure to watch the third video on the third method for graphing linear equations.